Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Age, where we are still on Novice in our starter base. Okay, here we are. So what do we want to do next? Our goal is going to be to get off Novice, so that means a belt base that can launch rockets. In order to create that belt base, I want construction robots. In order to do construction robots, I need lots and lots of blue science. To make blue science, I am going to need petroleum. Petroleum is down here. Quite a lot of it, actually. That's great. So I need to go get petroleum, but that's a long way away. So I am thinking a small railway to bring things up from petroleum to the base. That'll also mean this is our first rail outpost. I have a choice of just doing the basics down there, or I could see if there's any coal. I'm going to go run down there and see if there's coal in that area. Because if there is, we might be able to do some other things. Might be able to put my whole processing area down here. Okay, we're starting to see cliffs. I see some copper over here. See some stone. I am beginning to think that what we're going to do is put an oil field out here and use trains to bring back crude oil. Cliffs. Cliffs are good. Oh, there's some coal. Is that coal within belting distance of where I will be doing my copper, my petroleum? No, I think I'm going to train back the petroleum itself. Okay. Which means, well, in any case, I'm going to need to get trains going. So before I can do oil, I need trains. And before I can do trains, I need steel. So through that long chain of basic yak shaving, we've come back to the fact that my next thing I need to build here is steel. And let's take a look at what we need to build with steel so we can decide how to do this. First thing is the poles here. This will make building a steel smelter line a lot easier. And it requires steel. So I am thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a basic steel line here that doesn't require those poles. So I'm thinking 2 lines of iron coming in, 2 half lines of iron. And I'm going to do this with the layout that I've seen some of the speedrunners do, because this is just a temporary setup. Oh, also, as long as we're going to be running around with these guys on us, some of these really do need to be using fast inserters. You guys, I would notice these guys were just flying in terms of needing to move resources. That's not going to help with the long-handled inserters. We'll just have to suck it up there. So what I want to do here is have this guy just be half a lane, and this guy be stuff that I can butt in on it. These guys need to be half lane on the top. Let's see. If I do that, I set this guy up here. So now each lane of my input will go one direction or the other. Okay, so belt of... Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And this guy, I'm going to put in a blue. I'm going to move this back one so that I can place my power in the obvious place. Okay, so these first three are going to be grabbing from this, since we are still using these power poles. This is going to be a challenge. The other three are coming from here. Like that. Where do I have some lights? There we go. Yes, these lights didn't get the memo that they're supposed to be on all the time. We're going to put a light there. Okay. These guys are going to be providing steel on this line. Let's set up some filters here. You are iron ore and coal. You guys are just iron plate. You guys are just steel. You guys need to bring in coal also. If I were to put another belt here, then I couldn't get power down to here. So this belt has to have both steel and coal on it. And the coal has to be on the lower side. Okay, keeping the coal flowing through because we're going to have more things above us. Okay. Now power for these guys is going to be on weird boundaries. But they're coal only. Important to have these filtered because this line will also have steel on it. Actually, not that important. If we had a line that had iron on it, we were doing this, it would be important. But yeah. So that'll take the steel all the way out to the left. So the question is, half a line of iron, how many does it do? I think it does all 12 of these. So we're going to grab this like that. At this point, we are going to put in a merger. And we are going to say output priority to the left is the construction planner. And that will bring all of the ore in from here onto the left-hand side. Grab that and pop it down like there. I am going to fill out the whole thing here for the steel. There. Okay, so this should be ready to go. Let's drag you all the way down. Now out here, we just need to keep the steel that is on that lane. So there is our one lane of some fraction of steel. So now I need to get some iron in here. I'm going to finish the build first. You know what? If I can put in all of these guys facing the wrong way, and the ones that are steel happen to line up with these, the benefit of adopting a layout that speedrunners use is you can use silly speedrunner tricks to make it easier to lay these out. Now, I didn't organize my inserters in the same way that the speedrunners do. Being able to stripe across like that certainly makes this easier to do and to get the output inserters pointing the right way. There we go. So now we have fuel coming into all of our thingies. This is 24, which should be a full yellow belt, which means the 2 lanes there should work out. We will replace this with a proper steel smelter later. Meanwhile, let's grab our steel. We're going to bring this down. I got to bring it down right here. Okay, so we are out of belts, quote unquote. Let's get rid of that wood. What am I holding onto that wood for? I'm going to set up some boxes here to just hold junk for the moment. Wood, coal, and stone we don't need. Actually, we don't need those either because we're not making anything by hand and we're not dropping off ingredients. Really need to start pruning myself back because I'm not going to be feeding the nanobase anymore. And guess what I forgot to do? Okay, so you hold 500 at a time. That is not going to be enough. Except we're going red, aren't we? You have a lot of red. I could do that whole thing in red. I think I better do it in yellow just to start off with. We'll upgrade to red later. I'm thinking it might be a good idea to wait until we have bots and we can just mark it as an upgrade and let the bots worry about it. So the other thing I could do would be to raise this up one. If I had bots, I would. And bring the steel back underneath it. But without bots, that means ripping out all of this stuff by hand and putting it all back in by hand. I mean, I am not going to do that. This is temporary. Temporary, I say. We are going to be bringing in iron from over there for the big build. I think what I can do here, though, is I'm going to verify that we are output priority left here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. like that. That'll get us some steel. I don't think I'm going to need these guys up here, because I'm going to take my steel to the south. Which means this guy just goes like that. Okay. What I really want to do is assure that we have steel going there first, iron going there first, and there second, and then down here. Actually, no, prioritize the upwards and split between the two. So this would be output priority left, and then split normally. And there's our iron supply. Copper, we need to keep copper going to the north, we need to keep copper going to here, and we need to keep copper going to the south. Okay. We'll work out what to do in that in a moment. So the moment we got some steel, we finished the steel axe, which just means that we can pick things up faster with the right mouse click, which is convenient. Nothing depends on it. Can I pick you up? I can pick you up. There we go. And here comes my first little dribs and drabs of steel. Yay! On one side of the bus. We're just going to leave it on the one side of the bus because it's going to be kind of slow. I miss... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. No, there it is. There it is. So this says we are consuming half... Oh, this is half a transport belt? Oh, that's right. It becomes a full belt when I put the better thingies in. So I guess our priority now is to get let's bring this down like this. We are going to need steel furnaces, steel plate, stone brick, like that. And the rates are 1 steel plate per second and 1.66 bricks per second. So the brick needs to be on the top half. Well, the easy way to do that without relaying this out is to put down a splitter like this and say bricks go on the left. Just like that. There's our brick input, and there's our steel plate input. And now we need to bring all of it together. Let's see, boom, 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 and boom. And then we have one more box here. Like that. And we can do this with the smart boxes. These are steel furnaces. Like that. And the red hooks them all together. Like that. These are filtered to carry only the thing we want. Okay, that documents exactly what we're doing there. And these will stop when they get 250. That's okay. Remember how many of them we need? We need 408. Yeah. So those will be going. So while those are building, the next step is to look at the other things we want to build. That's got him. We will need pump jacks off to the right here. We're going to need assembly machines off to the right here. It's all steel and stuff with the normal set of and stuff. That guy needs plate, pipe. Okay. The key thing though is these guys: medium electric pole and big electric pole, which require iron sticks and copper cable. What I'm thinking is I'm going to start these here so this guy can be assembling machines, AM2s. And actually this guy can also be pump jacks. That kind of fits in there. Also, when we're doing our refineries, we will also need something that isn't on the list. So let's start the rest of this down here. Now, this means the steel is going to need to be within reach of these guys somehow. And I am thinking steel on this line. Okay? Means whatever's here, we're bringing through like that. Or we're not bringing it through yet. Let's just bring the steel straight through, and I will move him around as necessary. Boom, like that. You are outputting those and those. So you are only grabbing the steel from here. Oh, you need to come in there. Oh boy, which means this needs to come in here. There we go. Oh, you don't have power. It's okay, we'll fix that. And you are going to be, if we are greater than, actually, unconditional. That's right. We don't use any more of these. So basically, actually, wait a minute. I'm going to output here only if we have less than 10 of them in the list. And I'm going to input here whether I have any or not. So we are always enabled. Which means these guys do not need to be like that. There. You'll fill that guy up to 10, or I can dump all these in here and you'll stop. There. What else do you need? You need steel, which is going to come in there. You need gears and green chips. There you go. This is gears and green chips. We need steel and we also need pipe. So I'm going to put an auxiliary pipe machine over here just because I'm too lazy to chase down where it is, and we have none of these left. That's all right. We're not ready to completely go to blues yet. Going to be building the pipe for me. You need to be there. Means yet again another one of these. Document that you are carrying the pipes over. Set you to enable if the number of pipes in the boxes total is less than 50. Okay. And now you need to get your... Hold on here. Gosh, that's a tangle. There we go. And I'm going to give you 2 of those. Oh, doesn't look like you need to. There we go. Well, maybe you do. There. So the Pumpjack probably doesn't require a lot of pipes per minute. Actually, it requires 1 pipe per second. Oh boy, okay. We are outputting 1 pipe per second. We are inputting 1 plate per second. That's going to be 1 red belt, or 1 red inserter. Got it. Okay, so steel really wants to come across here. There we go. Output priority left. Priority left. Output priority right. Filter is none. There we go. So there's our copper line, which will continue out here. We can always extend that line if we need a second one. Getting there. Why are these off by 1? Oh, I was off by... Oh, right. I've adjusted these to match the top. Let's mirror that down below. Why not? Okay, now I am going to put in medium power pole, and I'm going to put in sticks here. Oh, we're going to need sticks on a belt because there's other things that need sticks. Anyway, let's see. If I were producing sticks, it produces 2 per second, and this guy wants 4 per second. Oh, these are going to be hungry. Oh, boy. Okay, we'll give them their own. So. So you are going to output sticks. You're going to stop if we get to 200 sticks in there. And hopefully that will balance them. I've got an idea. Give each one of these visibility into the other one. So we're going to enable this only if Oh, wait a minute. No, no, no. That wouldn't work. I figured I would enable each one only if the other box had some, but then neither one of them would work to begin with. Oh. Well, we can just hope, or I can do this. There we go. So if we put a bunch out here, these guys will split them up. So is this building up a quantity? No, it's not. Good. These guys need outputs. So this is outputting big poles and medium poles. Now we need to bring steel in to here and here. Steel and, oh, and they also need copper cable. Oh no. That's why I was going to do sticks and copper cable on a belt. Okay, we're going to go back to doing sticks and copper cable on a belt because this is just too crazy. But what I can do, let's rework this. Okay, I can put the sticks and the copper cable on that belt. So let's put the sticks over here. Doo-doo-doo. We're going to go on the far side of the belt, like that. And this guy's going to come over here. And he's going to be doing the copper cable. Means we need copper here. Well, why not? Okay, the fact that I'm seeing steel on this is because that's broken. There we go. It also explains why I wasn't getting any steel out there. Something that I was going to explore. Okay, these guys, actually they require 1 per input and they're going to do 2 per output. Let's do this so we can at least output the cable fast enough. Figure out what to do with that in a moment. These guys are ditto. Okay. What's our rates here? 1 per second. We only require one of these guys. There we go. I could bring it back a little bit. There's our steel. There's our sticks and our coils. And now we can do these guys. So I'm thinking like this. Okay, the far one is just steel.
We still got stuff going on.
The near one is not steel. And they still need their outputs. Just like that. Good enough. They don't need to be running at full speed. Okay, so that has our power done. For rail, we will have a separate area for making rail in bulk.
And you do that by tapping slack, ready, check. Not sure I'm ready to start building the rail stuff yet. We have steel furnaces coming. We have power coming. I think now is time to wait until I get enough furnaces. That should be enough to get started. Okay. There we go. Toss the rest of these back. That will have doubled our steel production. But if we watch here, looky there, we were going 90 per minute, and now we're going to go up to 180 per minute, I predict. Yep. According to the rate limiter, this means a full transport build going in and 0.2 going out. 900 per minute of iron ore in and 180 of steel coming out. Okay, so looking for more things that need steel and shying away from some of them. Got those. We could do train stops. Let's see, that's iron, steel, sticks, and circuits. Well, how about that? Just put that right here. You are building train stops.
I'm going to put your output here. You do not need copper coils, so take you off the filter list. You do need green chips and copper. So, not copper. Iron. Iron, what do you call it? Right. There we go. Okay, next. Iron plate and electronic circuits. You can put this out here. Let's get some more of these guys. So let's see. Rail signals? Yeah. Rail signals and rail signals. Iron and green chips. So those two. Boom, boom. Just green chips? Yeah. There we go. Locomotives, wagons, and fluid wagons are going to wait until I've got an engine factory ready. Come down here. Later on, I'm going to start using these, but I may wait to build them until we have launched a rocket so that I can go ahead and start handcrafting again. But all of these we do need to build. Well, these three. If I'm going to build these three, I might as well build the small Nixie tubes as well. So that's iron plate electronic circuits, iron plate copper cable. We've got the copper cable down here. So let's 3, 4. Actually, let's bring it out to here. So, small Nixie tubes, that gets us 2 digits per, and that gets us that stuff. We have lights down there. I don't need to automate the clock combinator. I will build a couple of those later on to show some things. I built a really nice clock at one point when I first started messing around with those. And it turns out that once you've gone to multiple planets, it makes it fairly difficult to get local time and date out of them because they have both of them coming out on the same signal. I don't understand it. We'll fiddle around with those later. So we'll have all 4 of those. Oh, display panel. Let's do the display panel instead of the Nixie tube. Because those are nice and useful. And the Nixie tube's kind of an add-on. Yeah, I'll wait on the Nixie tube. So these all, I believe, require iron plate. Oh, you don't. No, you don't. Hold on. You can mouse over them and see they don't. This guy does. There we go. And these guys will require copper coils. And now we capture the outputs. Arithmetic combinator and compare decider combinator and constant combinator. Oh, almost forgot. And you, display panel. These are neat. I don't know if I can have them display text based on what they're reading. Ah, okay, so can do a conditional. So we've got a label, got a condition. I hope they could do text on them. In fact, I was sure of it. I do hold all belts. Let's see, what if I have this guy actually paying attention to that signal? Well, we can see it. Ah, so that's the message. Now, if I put in that, always show. Okay, so we conditionally will show a message, and it shows in alt mode. We're not showing in map mode. So tag in chart. Show the chosen icon in the first line of text in the map charts. I'm not seeing it. Oh, right. So that's what it looks like. So there's the icon that was in the thingy. It comes up as that full-size icon. Then we have the text I put in, and this is actually an icon inside the text. That works pretty well. Cool. Way of making nice annotations. It's too bad I can't insert numbers, but you know, it is what it is. We'll get the Nixie tubes later. Okay, so that's got, he's done. Those are later. We've got those. Don't need those. We have stone brick being done. We haven't built any of that stuff. I don't think we need it. What do we need? Got those. Got those. Got those. Okay. So I think we're doing good. Do I now have enough power poles being produced that I can pretend that I'm using just these guys? I'm going to move you down here. Boxes down. We're going to put in medium power poles. And I'm going to have big electric poles down there. I don't think we've unlocked... No, we have not unlocked the other ones. So the ones that I really want are these guys right here, these substations. 18 by 18 square area where they provide electricity to everybody. You can lay them down to get 100% coverage. Just the little 4 bits in the middle. Very nice. Nice and dense. Provides a really nice little grid. We may experiment with doing miniature factory modules that fit in that space. I think I saw Nilos doing that. Okay, so with all of this stuff available to us, including actual steel furnaces, which we're going to go get. Oh, I'm going to put a box up with the steel furnace for stone furnaces that need to be recycled. And we are going to design an actual steel smelter. Okay, so using these guys, we still have the problem that for the centerpiece, we're going to need to have additional coverage. But let's see here. If these guys are coming in on these centers, like that. Okay. Then we have these guys. Okay, and we have lamps that I want to put in like that. See, I want to do this on this basis. Like that. Problem is that if these guys are here, that brings coal in like this. He's not covered for power. Well, I could do that. It's a bit of a waste. Well, it's not horrible. I mean, it's not like these are hideously expensive or anything. It does mean that this is actually a repeatable unit here. Well, okay, I'll live with it. I will live with it. Yeah, okay, if we're going to do that, we might as well think in terms of the 6 unit again. Now, for this, actually, the incoming is going to be red. Actually, no, the outgoing is going to be red. Because these need to be not here, but here. And we have coal coming up that way and output coming out that way. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Let's work out how it happens up here. Out of lights. Actually, wait a minute. I might be able to give the coverage to the extra units from the middle there somewhere. Yeah, let's try a little harder on this. You and you are where I want power. Boom, 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 boom. This. Boom. Okay. So that would mean we're going to come down to here, like this, when we stripe it across. Which means these guys are the coal. And yes, I probably have a blueprint for this somewhere that I could be using instead. But there's actually something to be said for designing new blueprints every playthrough, even if it's the same basic design. It focuses your mind on what you're able to do right now. Okay, now for these guys. Like this. Okay, so the problem is, how do we get coverage for these guys that are in yellow? Now, every square of this belt, because of the way we've done this, has to be there. The way you don't do that, the way you make it not need that, is if you have these guys do the coal here. You bring those in like that. Okay? So now it's clear that we do have some gaps where we can put in some stuff. So I could put in one there and one there, and they would work just fine. Or we could put it in here. So here's the problem, and we put the solution in right here. That I like better. Margaret comb. There we go. So what does it look like for distribution of the goodies? Well, now has to come up here. The alternative is put this in here, up here somewhere. There we go. There's our design. Okay, so that's still not arranged the way I like it on the bus, but it does keep it compact, so it would flow with this. So I'm going to substitute it in and see if it works. Okay, let's let this drain out of the steel area as much as possible. And now we need to kill it. I'm going to put this under the curtain. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to call this an end. And when we come back, I will have built the steel array and gotten it working. And then we can look at what we want to do next, which is probably setting up to go for rail. I will see you then.